A very good morning, students. Today we are going to study the very first chapter, of the textbook, that is Law of Motion. In this lecture, we will study about distance, displacement, speed, velocity. Now here you are seeing a picture. This is basically a running track, which you all know. This track is having a definite path. And what the runner does is the runner has to run from the starting point, which is being marked as red. So what the runner does is he actually start from this starting point, which is being marked with a red square, and he starts running. He follows the path. And ultimately, what happens is he reaches the same point from where he has started. Now, let us say this complete path is of length 500 meter. So you say that the runner has to complete one lap of 500 meter in this race. Now, what if I open this track? Okay, if I open this track, if I unfold this loop, how it would look like? It would look like, a straight line. And as I said, there are basically 2 points on this line. One is going to be the starting point, which we call it as A, and the other one is going to be the ending point, which we are going to call it as B. And as I said, that the total length of the loop or lap is going to be 500 meter. So we say the runner is completing 500 meter length. So what happens here is why we can perceive that the runner is running, because there is a motion of the runner with respect to us. So the very first terminology that we are going to come across is motion. Motion कब हमें दिखता है? जब कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट आपके रिस्पेक्ट वो मूव करता है. Okay, so when we say the object is in motion, motion is when the distance of the another object is changing. It is definitely you who are perceiving the runner, and he is in motion with respect to you. Why? Because his distance, his length was changing with respect to you. So the definition of distance goes like this. The length of the actual path between the initial and the final position of the moving object in the given time interval is known as the distance traveled by the object. What is actually distance? Distance होता क्या है? Distance है actual path. यहाँ पे रनर ने क्या किया है? वो पूरा जो path था, उसको जो tag दिया हुआ था, उसने वो पूरा का complete किया है. And definitely what he did was he had started from some point which we call it as initial position. उसने जो पॉइंट से शुरू किया था उसे हम लोग हमेशा बोलने वाले हैं इनिशियल पोजीशन. And where the runner stopped, that position is going to be called as the final position of the moving object. Of course, each and every runner is going to be having some different time interval. So time is definitely coming into picture in our case. Okay. So we are measuring distance with respect to time. In our case, that is the runner. Now you would be surprised why madam has taken the slide again. We take the example again. Now suppose if the runner starts from this starting point, okay? And what the runner does is he starts moving in the forward direction towards west. Then what the runner does is he moves in the south direction, that is in the downward direction. After some interval of time, the runner moves towards east. And afterwards, he moves towards the north direction. And finally, the runner comes and reach this position from where he had started. So now you would say, ma'am, why you are taking this example again and you are pointing these directions? Now these directions do make a point in the second case now. Now my question is whether in this case, can we say that he has covered a certain distance? In the previous case, as I said, he had covered a distance of 500 meters. So shall I say even in this case, the runner has completed his 500 meter? Let us find out the answer in this case. Now see what is happening over here. Look at the direction of the arrows. Here, the direction is in forward direction. And here you can see it is backward. So both the cases, you can say the arrows are in opposite direction. Okay. Similarly, you can say this arrow is in downward direction and this arrow is pointing in the upward direction. So what is happening is, even in this case, you can see there are two arrows which are being pointing in the opposite direction. So when such thing comes, we have to say he has not covered any distance at all. Why? Because he has not undergone any you can say motion. Why? The answer lies in the diagram itself. The arrow that is being pointing here in the backward direction, here in the forward direction gets nullified because the direction part is coming into picture over here. Similarly, when you look at these arrow, one is facing in the downward direction, one is facing in the upward direction, you can say definitely here also the things are getting nullified. So what we make inference over here is the runner has not traversed any distance in this case. So here, students, we are coming across a new terminology which is being called as displacement. So displacement is the direction from the starting point and the length of the straight line from the starting point to the end point. Displacement is basically the direction. Whenever direction part is coming into picture, we are calling it as displacement. And it is actually the distance between the starting point and the end point. Now only, as I said, the runner starts running in the west side direction. So here the west direction is coming. You can also say backward direction. You can also say forward direction. So whenever direction part is coming, we are calling it as displacement. Why displacement is different than distance? Because a distance with the direction associated with it is called as a displacement. In our first case, we only talked about 500 meter. So what is happening over here? The 500 meter gets nullified because the direction part has come into picture, and definitely the runner has come back to its original position. So the difference between the original and final position becomes 0. 500 minus 500 becomes 0. This is the reason why we say the displacement is 0 in this case. So here the final formula of displacement. Displacement is nothing but the difference between an object's final position and its starting position. Displacement does depends on direction. So the formula for displacement is final position minus initial position. Definitely displacement is again going to have the same unit as that of distance. Distance was having unit meter, displacement will also have the unit meter only. Okay, displacement is denoted by small d that is equal to distance of final position minus distance of initial position. In order to define displacement, we need direction. Direction plays a very, very important part in displacement. So examples of these directions are positive direction, negative direction, west. You can also say angles also. Now here you can see a slide which is similar to an example in your textbook, the very first page in your textbook. Suppose if there is a person who starts walking from his home, or you can also say, you can say he has started walking from the school and he reaches home. Suppose if the distance traveled is 1000 meter, that is 1 kilometer. But at the same time, what if he takes a shortcut from the school to the home? So here you can see an arrow in this case. So direction part has come in this case. So we say it is a displacement. Here we can actually see the actual differences between distance and displacement. Distance is the length of the path traveled by a body while moving from initial position to the final position. Whereas displacement is the shortest distance between the initial position and the final position of a body. Distance is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity means it has only magnitude. When we say 500 meter, 500 is going to be called as the magnitude. Displacement is a vector quantity. Vector quantity is a quantity which involves direction as well as magnitude. I say 500 meter towards west, 500 meter in the forward direction or in the backward direction. Distance is always positive. Displacement can be positive, negative, and definitely it can be zero also with respect to a reference point. Because displacement is going to be a difference between the initial position and the final position. This is the reason why displacement can be positive, displacement can be negative. The total distance covered is equal to the algebraic sum of all the distance traveled in the different direction. In the previous example only we see that the person is traveling from school to the home. So this is, you can say it is going to be algebraic sum. The net displacement is a vector sum of the individual displacement in different direction. Definitely the direction part is going to be coming into picture. If it is a forward direction, we will take the displacement as positive. If it is in backward direction, definitely we will take the direction as negative. So whenever you are going to write displacement, you have to write plus 500, minus 500, depending on the direction. There is always a distance covered whenever there is a motion. Okay, so whenever there is motion, there is going to be a distance covered. Displacement will be if the body comes back to its initial position. So in the first example only we saw the runner started from its initial position and he returned back to its same position when the race has ended. So we say the displacement was zero in that case. The unit of distance is meter and the unit of displacement is again meter. So with the few similarity, distance and displacements are same, but the only difference in displacement is direction part is coming into picture. Here we are coming across speed. Definitely the runner started running from his initial position. He had covered a distance in a certain time interval. So here we are coming across a term which is depending on distance as well as time. And that term is called as the speed. The rate at which the object covers a distance is called as a speed. Here we say that the rate, whenever we are saying the rate at which, means this particular term is being, you can say it is being tracked with respect to time. Time is always coming into picture in this case. Okay, so the rate at which the object covers a distance is called as speed. Formula of speed is equal to distance upon time. In short form, you can write the distance as small d and you can write the time as small t. So these are basically the symbols which can be used interchangeably if you don't want to write the full form of the formula. Speed is a scalar quantity. As I said earlier, a scalar quantity is the one which is always going to have magnitude. We say speed of the car is 40 kilometer. When I say speed of the car is 40 kilometer, this word 40 is nothing but your magnitude. 40 is nothing but the magnitude. SI unit of speed is meter per second. You can also say kilometer per hour also. So no worry in that. Okay. And dimensional formula is L to the power 1, T to the power minus 1. Now see here, the formula for speed can be written in various forms. The first formula that we saw is speed is equal to distance upon time. If I want to measure time, I'll take it to the left-hand side and speed will come to the denominator. So the next formula, if you want to find out time, we say time equal to distance upon speed. And if you want to find out distance, distance will stay here as it is. And we say it is going to be speed into time. So the third formula that is coming across over here is distance equal to speed into time. There is a simple triangle with the help of which you can remember this formula. Speed is equal to distance upon time. Here you can see a triangle. Here you can see S stands for speed. Here you can see D stands for distance. And here you can see T stands for time. So see, when you want to find speed, speed is equal to distance and this line becomes upon time. When you want to find out distance, distance is nothing but you can say speed into time. When you want to find time, you can say time is equal to distance upon speed. So the triangle is simply a way to remember this formula. The easiest way to remember this formula. Now here we are seeing a problem, a simple problem, which you are going to see in your day-to-day life. We'll see now. A salesman traveled an average speed of 50 km per hour for 2 hours, 30 minutes. How far did he travel? How far means we want to find distance in this case. So definitely we make use of the same first triangle. We draw a triangle over here. We say S, D and T. Speed is equal to distance upon time, but distance is what? Speed into time. So we say distance is equal to speed into time. What is the speed? This is the speed. 50 kilometer per hour. So we write 50 kilometer per hour here. The time is 2 hours. The time is 2 hours, 30 minutes. So we are writing 2.5 over here. You can convert it, okay, in minutes also. So we take the time as it is because the speed is in kilometer per hour. So we take the time in kilometer per hour only. So it is 125 kilometer. So we say that salesman has traveled a distance of 125 kilometer. The next terminology that is coming over here is velocity. Okay. Velocity is the rate of change of position of the object in a given direction is called as velocity. Definitely, direction part is coming in this case. Speed is equal to distance upon time, but when the direction comes, we don't say distance, we call it as a displacement. So we say velocity equal displacement upon time. Displacement can also be written with the symbol small d and time with small t. It is going to be a vector quantity having magnitude as well as direction. We say the speed of the car is 40 km per hour in east direction. Okay, in the direction east, you can say, so the direction is coming in this case. So we call that term as velocity. We not call it as speed. The unit of velocity is definitely similar to that of speed. So the SI unit is going to be in meter per second. You can also say kilometer per hour. Now let us see a few cases. Okay. The first case is velocity is positive. When the velocity is positive, suppose there is a car which is being, at this position. Axis is you a term in meter, means this is the distance. Okay, and the car is initially at this position. So if after 20 second, after 1 second, the car traverses a distance of 20 meter. Definitely, it is traversing a distance in the forward direction. I say it is in the forward direction. Okay, so velocity is nothing 20. Is the displacement, is the direction is being coming on time. The time interval, the times are being, the time interval are in the variation of seconds. That is 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, so on and so on. This is the reason why you can see over here, I write the displacement as 20. Why? In the very first second, he has traversed a displacement of meter. So 20 upon 1 is going to be 20 meter per second as the velocity. Velocity is positive in our case because the displacement is in the forward direction. Whenever the displacement is in the forward direction, the velocity is going to be the positive. We'll see the second case over here, that is the velocity is negative. What happens is start traveling from the right towards left. Definitely the x-axis is showing the same, you can say parameter, that is meter, that is the distance. And the car has now started traveling from right to left. So in the very first second, has traversed a distance of 15 meter. But when the 15 meter distance is being traveled, it is being traveled in the left side, towards left side. So we call that distance as negative. Okay. And since direction part is involved in this case, we call it as minus 15. Velocity equal to displacement line. Here displacement is minus 15 because the car moving towards left. Whenever the direction is towards left, you take the direction as minus upon time. Time interval is definitely in 1 second. We have taken the intervals in seconds, that is 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, so on and so on. This is the reason why we are writing upon 1 over here. So the velocity is minus 15 meter per second. Velocity becomes negative when the position is negative. The other way I can say the velocity is negative is, suppose if you are driving a car and a signal appears red before you. So what you do is you give up that accelerator. आप accelerator क्या करोगे? कम करोगे. Accelerator कम किया मतलब velocity कम होगा, और उस केस में भी क्या होने वाला है? Velocity negative होने वाला है. So that is again going to be an example of negative velocity. The third one is velocity is 0. Now in this case, what happens is suppose if a person is sitting in the car, okay, and what we say is initially the car is at this position, but the car does not move neither in the forward direction nor in the backward direction. It stays as it is on its place. So we say there is no displacement of the car in any direction. So there is no displacement. So we write displacement as 0. Definitely the time interval were same only, 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second. So upon 1 we are writing because the initial time interval we are taking over here, that is equal to 0 meter per second. So velocity is 0 because the change in position is 0. You can also say because the displacement is 0. So in all the three cases, we saw the velocity can be positive, the velocity can be negative, and the velocity can be 0. Here in a shortcut, we will see the difference between the speed and the velocity. Speed is what the distance traveled by the body per unit time, but the velocity is the displacement traveled per unit time, definitely in the given direction. It has only magnitude. Speed of the car is 40 kilometer per hour. It has magnitude as well as direction, means 40 kilometer per hour towards east, towards forward direction. Okay, the formula is speed is equal to distance upon time, and velocity is displacement upon time. You can also say distance in a given direction upon time. Now here we'll see a simple example related to speed and velocity. Both the terminologies are being coming over here. So we are going to see them now. A car travels 40 kilometers from Delhi to Noida in half an hour towards east. It comes back from Noida to Delhi in another half an hour. Now see, this is very tricky problem over here. Speed is what? Distance upon time. Distance is 40 kilometers and how much is time? Half. Okay, but it is traversing a distance from Delhi to Noida and back. Matlab half an hour Delhi to Noida and half an hour Noida to Delhi, means total time is 1 hour. So here time taken will be taken as 1 hour. Okay, so it is nothing but 40 kilometer up, 40 kilometer down. Distance is going to be 80 and time will be half an hour up, half an hour down. So 1 hour. So 80 upon 1 is going to be 80 kilometer per hour is the speed. But now when it comes to displacement, what is the displacement? It has moved in the forward direction from Delhi to Noida. And again, it has come back from Noida to Delhi. So definitely the displacement is 0. Why? Because plus 40 minus 40, because 40 kilometer as the distance is going to give me a displacement of 0. So here we write 0 upon 1 hour. That is going to be 0. This is the reason why when it comes to velocity, the velocity of car is going to be 0. Now this is an example where you can see a picture. There is a biker riding on a bike and you can see a road which is empty. The question is, what will be the effect on the velocity of the motorcycle if its speed increases or decreases, but its direction remains constant? From the picture only, you can say there is no twist and turn. So definitely the biker will ride his bike in the forward direction. Definitely he can increase the speed or decrease the speed. Definitely the answer would be velocity of the motorcycle will change because speed has changed. Okay, So the answer to this question is, if the speed increases or decreases, velocity will change. In the next slide, you can see the same biker is taking a turn. Now the road has twisted. In case of turning of road, will the velocity and speed be same? Speed may be same, but velocity will be different because the direction of the bike changes at the turn. So velocity, when it will change, whenever the direction will change. Velocity will change whenever there is a change in speed. And what if both of them change? This picture will illustrate it. Okay, you all have seen this racing. Okay, so there is a racer on the bike and he is taking the turn. At the same time, he is adjusting the speed also. So if at the turning direction as well as the speed of the motorcycle change, then what will be the effect on its velocity? Velocity of the motorcycle will definitely change. So if both of them change, that is speed also change, direction also change, then what will happen? Velocity will also change. Now see, in the first example, we saw the road was empty and the biker was riding the bike. Definitely, since there is no traffic jam, he will travel with the same speed. So here we say a body is said to be moving with a uniform speed and there is no change in speed with time. The biker will continue to move with his speed, that is 40 km per hour. And you can say it will remain the same till the end of his ride. Or you can also say a body is said to be moving with a uniform speed when the rate of the change of distance is same throughout its motion. Okay, so the next definition of uniform speed is the rate of distance is going to be the same. Means for every definite time interval, he is going to cover that particular distance. A body is said to be moving with a uniform speed if it covers equal distance in equal interval of time. So these are basically three definitions that are being related to uniform speed. यूनिफॉर्म स्पीड कब होगी? जब वो जो बाइकर है जो मोटरसाइकिल पे राइड कर रहा है, he is going to traverse with the same speed. स्पीडोमीटर उसका क्या दिखाने वाला है? वो ही स्पीड दिखाने वाला है इनिशियल पोजीशन तक. So that is going to be called as uniform speed and uniform velocity. So here we are seeing an example. I'll pinch out the view. Example of uniform speed, there is a car. Okay, the time interval is definitely half an hour. For each half an hour, the car is traversing a distance of 30 kilometer in the first half an hour. In the next half an hour, again 30 kilometer. In the next half an hour, again 30 kilometer. So you can say 30 plus 30 plus 30, the total distance traveled is 90 kilometer. Okay, in 1.5 hour. So such a case would be called as a uniform speed. And since the speed is uniform, you can also say velocity is also uniform. Next is non-uniform speed and velocity. When I say non-uniform speed, one simple example I can say is, suppose if you are in a car and a red signal appears before you. So definitely you will apply brake, the velocity will start decreasing. Okay. And if you suddenly apply brake, definitely it would become 0. So again, we come to the definitions. A body is said to be moving with a non-uniform speed when the speed of the body changes with respect to time, or A body is said to be moving with non-uniform speed when the rate of change of distance varies throughout its motion. Yeah, varies throughout its motion means in the first half an hour, he is taking some 15 kilometer. In the next half an hour, 20 kilometer. In the next half an hour, 30 kilometers. So you can say the distance is varying. Okay. Either the distance will vary, either the time interval can also vary. A body is said to be moving with non-uniform speed if it covers unequal distance in interval of time. So here in the next slide, we can see the example of non-uniform speed. I'll pinch out the view over here. Here you can see a car. In the first 1 hour, it has traversed a distance of 30 kilometers. In the next half an hour, it has traversed a distance of 30 kilometers. Now see, time parameter is changing over 1 hour. Then he has taken a time interval of 0.5 hour. And in the next, you can say 1/4 hour, that is 0.25 hour. You can say he has traversed a distance of 30 kilometers. So the total distance traveled is 90 kilometers. You can say the time is varying. Okay, so such a motion would be called as non-uniform motion. Okay, non-uniform motion means non-uniform speed, and if speed is different, definitely the velocity will automatically be different. Okay, so this is the example of non-uniform speed. So students, before moving to homework, we will do a quick recap about what we had studied in today's lecture. Initially, हम लोगों ने आज के लेक्चर में एक एग्जाम्पल से शुरुआत की थी, जहां पे एक रनर रन कर रहा है एक डेफिनेट पाथ. उसने टोटल लेंथ कवर की थी 500 मीटर की, और वो वापस घूम के अपने इनिशियल पोजीशन पे या फिर स्टार्टिंग पोजीशन पे आ गया था. सो यहाँ पे हम लोग बोल रहे हैं कि रनर ने एक डेफिनेट लेंथ कवर की, विच वी कॉल इट एज डिस्टेंस, जिसे हम डिस्टेंस कहते हैं. डिस्टेंस है क्या? इट इज एक्चुअल लेंथ फ्रॉम द इनिशियल पोजीशन टू द फाइनल पोजीशन. फिर हम लोग वापस वही स्लाइड पे आए और हमने बोला कि रनर तो रन कर रहा है पर फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में, बट डायरेक्शन का पार्ट जब भी आया तभी हम लोग बोलते हैं रनर डायरेक्शन में रन करना शुरू किया और वापस वही पोजीशन पे आया. तो हम लोग ने नेक्स्ट टर्मिनोलॉजी वहां पे ली, विच वी कॉल्ड इट एज डिस्प्लेसमेंट. डिस्प्लेसमेंट का फॉर्मूला है फाइनल पोजीशन माइनस इनिशियल पोजीशन. डिस्प्लेसमेंट होता क्या है? इट इज ऑलवेज गोइंग टू बी डिफरेंस. ओके, डिफरेंस बिटवीन ऑब्जेक्ट्स फाइनल पोजीशन एंड इनिशियल पोजीशन और स्टार्टिंग पोजीशन. यूनिट्स जो होने वाले हैं डिस्प्लेसमेंट और डिस्टेंस के सेम ही होने वाले हैं. ओके, पर जब भी डायरेक्शन का पार्ट आएगा तो हम लोग वहां पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट कहेंगे. A distance associated with the direction is called as displacement. फिर हम लोगों ने ये डायग्राम देखा जो कि आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में भी आ रहा है. ओके, बच्चा स्कूल से निकलता है और अपने घर पे पहुंच रहा है. तो ये जो उसने जो पाथ फॉलो किया असल में वो है आपका डिस्टेंस. बट वही अगर वो शॉर्टकट लेने की कोशिश करे स्कूल से लेकर अगर हम लोग कहें घर तक, तो वहां पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट का पार्ट आएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि डायरेक्शन का पार्ट यहाँ पे आ रहा है. ये जो एरो दिख रहा है स्कूल से लेकर घर तक का, तो हम लोग वहां पे बोलेंगे डिस्प्लेसमेंट आ रहा है क्योंकि डायरेक्शन वहां पे आ रहा है. फिर हम लोग ने डिफरेंस देखा डिस्टेंस और डिस्प्लेसमेंट का. ओके, पहले डेफिनेशन देखी, दोनों के यूनिट्स सेम ही है. डिस्टेंस स्केलर है. स्केलर मतलब जिसके पास सिर्फ नंबर है. 40 किलोमीटर, 40 मतलब स्केलर क्वांटिटी, बट डिस्प्लेसमेंट हम लोग बोलते हैं 40 किलोमीटर पर आवर टुवर्ड्स ईस्ट, तो डायरेक्शन पार्ट भी उसके साथ आ गया है, इसकी वजह से उसे हम लोग वेक्टर क्वांटिटी कहेंगे। डिस्प्लेसमेंट पॉजिटिव भी हो सकता है, नेगेटिव भी हो सकता है और जीरो भी हो सकता है, जो कि रनर की केस में हम लोगों ने देखा। क्यों? क्योंकि उसने जो डिस्प्लेसमेंट लिया इनिशियल और फाइनल पोजीशन सेम ही थे, तो जीरो हो गए थे वो। नेक्स्ट जो टर्मिनोलॉजी आज हम लोग ने पढ़ी वो थी स्पीड की। स्पीड क्या है? कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल किया एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम इंटरवल में, हम उसे कहते हैं स्पीड। फॉर्मूला है स्पीड का, स्पीड इज इक्वल टू डिस्टेंस अपॉन टाइम। यूनिट स्पीड का होता है मीटर पर सेकेंड। स्पीड का एक सिंपल हम लोगों ने ट्राइंगल के रूप में हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे जानने की कोशिश की, दैट इज स्पीड, डिस्टेंस एंड टाइम। स्पीड जब भी चाहिए रहेगा तो ये आपका आता है, डिस्टेंस चाहिए रहेगा तो s इंटू टी आप लिखेंगे, t चाहिए रहेगा तो d अपॉन s। तो इस तरह से आप एक ही ट्राइंगल से आप तीनों फॉर्मूला याद कर सकते हैं। हम लोग ने एक छोटा प्रॉब्लम देखा था जो कि डिस्टेंस पे था। डिस्टेंस मतलब क्या? स्पीड इनटू टाइम। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में हम लोगों ने वेलोसिटी पढ़ा। अब वेलोसिटी मतलब क्या? इट इज नथिंग बट अ स्पीड विद डायरेक्शन। So the rate of change of position of an object in a given direction with respect to time is called as velocity. Velocity's formula is displacement upon time, and the unit is definitely meter per second, similar to the speed unit. Then we saw three examples pertaining to velocity. Velocity can be positive when it is positive. Positive कब होगा velocity? जब कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में या फिर राइट साइड की तरफ वो अगर उसका जा रहा है तो हम लोग उसे बोलेंगे वेलोसिटी पॉजिटिव है। वेलोसिटी नेगेटिव, कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट जाने की कोशिश करता है तो हम लोग बोलते हैं वेलोसिटी नेगेटिव होगी। क्यों? क्योंकि उसका डिस्प्लेसमेंट जो होगा वो हम लोग माइनस साइन के साथ लिखेंगे, इसी की वजह से वेलोसिटी माइनस साइन के साथ आएगी। लास्ट में हम लोग ने देखा कि वेलोसिटी जीरो भी हो सकती है। क्यों जीरो होगी? क्योंकि उसका डिस्प्लेसमेंट हुआ ही नहीं किसी डायरेक्शन में। वो कार जो कि त्यों वहीं पे खड़ी रही, भले आपने एक्सेलरेटर कितना भी एक्सेलरेटर दबाया पर आपने ब्रेक पे पैर रखे हुए थे, तो कार का डिस्प्लेसमेंट ना फॉरवर्ड में गया ना बैकवर्ड में गया, वो कार वहीं की वहीं रही, डिस्प्लेसमेंट जीरो था। इसकी वजह से हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे 0/1 सेकेंड लिखा। This is the reason why we are writing 0 meter per second as velocity. We saw difference between speed and velocity. Speed is nothing but distance upon time. Velocity is displacement upon time. Speed is scalar quantity. It involves only magnitude, that is 40 kilometer per hour. 40 is magnitude. And in velocity, you say 40 kilometer per hour towards west. That is direction part is involved in this case. Last but not the least, we saw an example where we saw a difference between speed and velocity. Okay, so in this example, we saw both the cases. Finally, we saw three cases when the speed is going to be uniform. वो कभी चेंज होगी, जब भी वेलोसिटी कभी चेंज होगी, जब भी आपका स्पीड चेंज होगा। ओके, वेलोसिटी कब चेंज होगी? जब डायरेक्शन चेंज होगा। वेलोसिटी कब चेंज होगी? जब स्पीड भी चेंज होगा और डायरेक्शन भी चेंज होगा। फिर हमने देखा यूनिफॉर्म स्पीड और लास्टली हम लोगों ने देखा नॉन यूनिफॉर्म स्पीड। सो इस तरह से आज का ये लेक्चर हमारा आज हम लोगों ने देखा। आज का होमवर्क आप लिख सकते हैं, डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन डिस्टेंस एंड डिस्प्लेसमेंट, distinguish between speed and velocity, and take a short problem over here. The car runs with the speed of 20 kilometer per hour. What is the distance of the car if the car covers in time 45 minutes? So we have to travel, we have to calculate distance over here. Distance is nothing but speed into time. If you want, I'll write over here, distance is equal to speed into time. Speed is what? 20 kilometer per hour. Time is 45 minutes. So what we would do over here, we have to convert it into hours. So what I do is 45 upon, I'll write 60. Okay, whatever will be the answer will be in kilometer per in kilometer. Okay, so the distance is going to be in kilometer. I hope you all understood this lecture. So we come to an end over here.